what you're being pushed into is to grow as a leader right now, your leadership skills. And one of the first, lessons of a leader is they try to do it all themselves because they're so good at it. And so you're forced to take time and space to develop skills, to pass on your skills, and delegate your skills. Good morning, my friend, and welcome to Friday. It's Finally Friday. And good news, Mercury is crossing lucky Jupiter this weekend. That is God and Universe giving you the final clue to what you need to know. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Friday Namaste today. Welcome to Namaste today, an absolutely delightful way to start your day. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, Christopher Witecki. I work day to day in the modality of psychic astrology, and I'm on a personal mission to stand in my heart and help others stand in theirs, raising the vibration and promoting peace on earth. Namaste, my friend, and welcome to Friday. Thank goddess it's Friday. I just went low there. That's fun. And it is Friday, and you know what? This is the final test of staying true to your heart. Mercury is crossing over Jupiter, which means the universe is going to unveil the final information, or at least you will think to yourself, okay, I finally know. So I'm going to give you a checklist to make sure you're on the right path for the weekend and give you your warnings for the weekend. But first, let's take a look at your weekend zodiac weather. This zodiac weather is for Friday, August 19, 2016. Well, looking at the 3-day weekend moodcast, today is a sunny day, but it might be a bit stressful. I'll explain more in a minute. Saturday, it's a day of manifestation, so I predict sunny and fertile. And Sunday is the final test of your heart, so it'll be cloudy with a chance of personal storms. But today on Friday, it's sunny, but with a real chance of some tension. In fact, your feelings must be forgiven for you to proceed ahead. That's part of the tension. Now, the Great Human Walk has reached step 27 Leo today. That means the ruling channel is channel 9. I act, I am. And that means our ruling planet is Mars, which I'll remind you is in Sagittarius now. Now, our emotional focus is floating back and floating forth. That's because the moon is in Pisces, so we kind of go back and forth and be a bit wishy-washy about things. And our mental focus is really aiming for where we belong. Mercury's at step 24, Virgo. So this weekend is really a powerful weekend. You'll be masterminding your future, and on Sunday, you'll be tested on whether or not your heart really wants that. So today, I have a 3-step heart checklist for you in your Megascope to make sure you are aiming for the right thing. But first, grab yourself some yummy tea and let's have our daily tea time. Hello, my friend, and welcome to our tea time. Today's tea time topic is a fun one. It is titled Manifesting a House. And this is a Sensei story time. I'm going to share a little story with you about the first time I was able to manifest something. And when I say manifest, what I mean is following what I have learned to be the 11 steps to serious joy. So I had spent a lot of time prior to this channeling from my guides, literally learning from my guides how consciousness works. And that's a whole nother story. But there came this point where my heart was very open, and it's a funny story because I had come to a point where I knew I was very psychic. I was very strong about my psychic ability, but I didn't call myself a psychic at the time. But I was very, very clear on it. And I was doing readings all the time, so I was super sharp. And I went into my guides and my meditation, and I was like, I'm ready for love. Where is my girl? I want my girl. Where's my girl? And my spirit guide said, you'll get the girl when you get the dog. I was like, dog? Like, what do you mean dog? Be like, I'm in an apartment. I can't get a dog. And I was like, really, dog? And they're like, yes, they showed me a dog. And I thought to myself, you know what? They're probably sending me a pet for me to, open up my heart. I totally get it. So I was like, gosh, I need to move. I need a house to get a dog in order to get the girl. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, all right, I'm going to try to manifest a house. So I had horrible credit. I was making meager money as a reader on the internet. I was busting my ass doing 12 horoscopes a day for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I was in a difficult time. But I had just learned from my guides how to manifest, which is basically the 11 steps to serious joy. And what I basically teach slowly in my personal Sensei service. I teach you how to do this. In essence, I applied it. I said, okay, I'm going to do basically the spell. It's basically kind of a spell because you have to populate 12 different conscious steps, and then you hold a note, and basically you send out this vibration of, I need a house, I need a house, I need a house. I did it. So when I asked the Spirit, I was like, all right, I need a house. Spirit was like, check, the internet when we tell you. Don't even check right now, you'll waste your time. I was like, really? Don't even check? My Spirit was like, don't even check. So I was like, all right. So day went by, another day, another day, another day. I didn't check. And then one morning I woke up and I did my chanting, my meditation. And I was like, today, Spirit? And they're like, yes, today. I was like, oh. So I went to Craigslist and I was, printing out all these different places for homes in different places in the price range that I could pull off. Again, no credit, whatever. All beautiful looking places, called, made appointments. For all one day because I only had like one day off, and was like, got all my stuff for that day, was heading out the door, and Spirit's like, wait. And I was like, what? And Spirit was like, you don't have an appointment with the right place. And I was like, really? All these places aren't the right place? And Spirit was like, nope. And I was like, all right. And here's what Spirit said: the ad doesn't have a picture. And I was like, oh. Everything I looked at had pictures, and Spirit's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I went back to the Craigslist, and I sat down, and I actually ran for stuff that didn't have pictures. I called to see who could show a place. I actually got 2 places to say they could show it, and I went out the door. All day long, I'm looking at places, and I'm like, nope. Spirit's like, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Every time I show up, Spirit's like, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. And finally, I was like, I had 2 more to look at, and I was like, well, are we going to see it? And Spirit's like, yeah, it's the last one. And I'm like, well, why did you tell me? And Spirit's like, I wouldn't know. Basically, Spirit, the joke from Spirit was just like you wouldn't have even believed us. You know what I mean? Like, so I was like, fine. So I went to the second to last one, and actually, I really liked the second to the last house. I thought it was great. They wanted a crazy deposit, so I didn't know how I was going to pull that off. And then finally, I go to the last one. Now, the last one was a house that didn't have pictures. It had a great explanation. So I was like, huh. So from the outside, I get to the house, and it looks it looks nice, well kept up, ring the doorbell. Little old lady shows up at the door, and she's like, hi. And we go in the house, and it's like, oh, like this house is like 1970s Brady's house, tri-level California swimming pool, like everything my inner child ever wanted in a house when I was a kid. Like the house I wanted as a kid in California, as a kid. Mind you, I'm going through an inner child transit too, but I learn and think about that later. So, long story short, I toured the whole house with the lady. She's super nice. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford this. She's like, so what do you do? I'm like, well, I work in television, na. And she's like, oh, you work in TV. Do you know so-and-so? And I was like, yeah, I do know so-and-so. Not only do I know so-and-so, he was my boss. I'm like, seriously? So-and-so who's like so-and-so, so-and-so? And she's like, that's so-and-so. And I was like, oh my God, that's my old boss. And in that moment, she's like, then you can have the house. I trust you. And that was it. I had to come up with a deposit or whatever, but I, in one moment, with horrible credit at the time, barely surviving. By the way, caveat to that, got home in the next 3 days, reading sales out of nowhere. Didn't even have a sale. Didn't tell people I was having a sale. I made like $7,000 on a Monday out of nowhere. I didn't even advertise. It just all of a sudden the universe opened up and everyone decided to get a reading. So the moral of the story is, kids, follow your heart, follow the 11 steps of serious joy, and listen to your guides, because you can manifest anything you want. I've had it shown to me, and my little promise back to the guides was, I'm going to teach everybody I can about this and to listen to you, I swear. All right, so let me take a sip here and give you a little megascope for the weekend. And actually, I want to look at the planets too. Not going to be shy here. What are the planets? Oh, that's right. And also listen to my guys and see what they have to say. Okay, so Spirit says, be easy on yourself all weekend long. Be easy on yourself. You're not impressing Spirit by being hard on yourself. You're not impressing anybody. All you're doing is impressing yourself down and holding yourself back. So being easy on yourself is absolutely critical to this final stage. It's kind of like you wouldn't yell at your pregnant wife as she was going into labor, even though it's been stressful 9 months and you're just as stressed. Don't be hard on yourself in this last moment of giving delivery to what you want. That's what Spirit wants you to know. And I have 3 steps to make sure you're going to make the right choice. Step number 1, follow what you feel. You may think you want something, but if you don't feel it, it's not going to happen. Step number 2, commit to that feeling. It's not that you commit to the house. You commit to the feeling the house will give you. Step number 3, be compassionate to yourself, because Spirit always manifests compassionately, and so nothing from Spirit, miracle-wise, is going to be something mean. So be compassionate to yourself, and you'll have Spirit support. Okay, for those watched over my personal Sensei service, today I'm going to give you the secrets that I found to making the right commitment in life. What are the secrets to making the right commitment? I'll give you and share my Sensei tips. And at 3 o'clock, your eye candy is going to outline for you basically what the tug of war has been for you, and where you absolutely need to chill out. So where the tug of war has been and where you need to chill at 3 o'clock. For those for those who are watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. Get my scripts confused. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at CWateki. And if you'd like to find out more about the bright star you really are, come on down to SeriousJoy.tv. I'm holding a reading sale right now through the month of August, and I'm going to sell out my entire autumn inventory. So if it's something your heart's wanted, put it on the books, buy yourself a gift, and let's get in front of each other and help each other out. All right, friend, have a fantabulous weekend. Oh, look at this. Bella's come for the last moment here. She always says goodbye. Do remember while you're out there that Sensei loves you, and live, love, be.
So